Today we're going to give this mischievous purple 2022 Mustang GT a facelift with some custom headlights from Alpharex. These Alpharex Nova Series projection headlights will be direct replacements for the factory headlights on all 2018 through 2023 Mustang GTs or Mustang EcoBoost. As soon as you look at these, the styling is obviously very S650 with the individual cubes. Now those cubes are Alpharex patented ice cube projectors. Well, inside each of those cubes is an OSRAM Olson black flat LED, which can provide a ton of light output, and the cubes are going to do a great job of cutting it off and giving you a nice clean line. Now, these are going to be configurable, so you still have that tri-bar look, but you can actually configure that to either be amber or white, depending on the look you're going for. They also have a sequential turn signal, and again are plug-and-play replacements with no cutting required. To install the Alpharex headlights, the first step is going to be to remove your front bumper, which sounds hard, but it really isn't that bad. First step in removing the bumper cover is to remove this radiator cover. It's held on by 8 of these little push pins. Grab pliers, small screwdriver, simply pull up on the middle, and lift up, pop the pin out. Well, it clips out with the panel aside. Now with the radiator cover off, we can see the front of the bumper. Basically, we've got these 6 larger screws here and then 2 smaller ones on the ends. Now we go to remove the bumper, there's going to be 5 of these little alignment tabs. What we'll do is kind of pull it off them, but for now we're going to leave it on until everything else is disconnected, and then we can lift the bumper off. The next part of the removal process is going to be underneath the car. We're going to remove the belly pan, which actually will stay attached to the bumper. This is held on by some screws and push pins. There's 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a couple push pins on the ends. These pins will move just like the ones on the radiator cover. Pull the center out, just pull it down. Now the next clips are going to be in the wheel wells, these 2 right here. One will be the same style, and the other one you'll want to use a flathead screwdriver. Now in the wheel well, we got to pull the splash shield back. Going to be a push pin down here, and then 2 more, 1 here and 1 in here. Now these here are very simple. You just push in the middle and it'll pop right out. This one you're not going to be able to see, but again, just push the middle and it'll fall right out. So at this point, the only thing holding it on is going to be 2 brackets that are held in place by 10mm bolts. You're going to pull the splash shield back carefully, and you can see there's 1 here and another one right behind it. A couple turns, you can remove it by hand. The second one is a little tougher to see, but again, it's right behind it. Now at this point, there's just a little Christmas tree clip. Just give the bumper a little tug, and it'll come right down. And the last thing you want to do is reach inside up in here, disconnect the parking light harness, just push down the clip, pull it off, and then repeat the process on the other side. So at this point, the only thing holding the bumper on is going to be those little alignment pins I showed you earlier. So all we're going to do is just pick it up off of those and remove the bumper. The bumper off, now we can see the headlight hardware. It's held on by 3 bolts, 1 on the side here, 1 on the bottom, 1 more up top. We're going to start with the side. This one actually is a different size. This one's a 13. Now the headlight's still held in place by a small clip, so you just kind of give it a little wiggle, and it'll pop out. Pop the little clip off for the headlight harness, and then unplug the headlight. You want to pop this little clip off your factory headlight before you put it aside. We will need this for our new light. Okay, we're going to prep the Alpharex headlights for install. We're going to pop that clip back on this little piece right here. This harness is included. What you're going to do plug this in, and then this will connect between the factory marker light plug and your factory marker light. This wire will take signal from your factory turn signal and activate the sequential turn signal inside our Alpharex headlights. Now, I said in the introduction, you could choose your DRL. You can have a factory white DRL, or you can choose amber for a custom look. Now, if you want white, skip this step entirely. But if you want that amber look, you're gonna pop this cover off, simply turn it, and you can see a wiring harness inside. There's gonna be two ends that are not connected to anything. So kind of just pull the harness out. And you'll see these two ends, these two wires right here. If you prefer an amber DRL, you plug these together and put this back together and reinstall the cover. Plug the factory plug into our Alpharex lights. Clip that harness on. I'm going to put it up into place. Just install one screw just to hold it for now, and we'll test everything out. All right, to check the lights, literally just grab the remote from the car and hit disarm. What the Alpharex will do, it goes through a pretty cool startup mode where it kind of shows you what the light does. So it's going to start off with the white LEDs, and then it's going to switch to amber, which is how we currently have it set up. And we jumped inside, hit the hazard button so you can see how the sequential LED works. Again, that'll work for hazards or for turn signals. Again, the little startup sequence is exactly the same, except the DRL stays a white color. And again, you can go with the white or the amber, whichever look you prefer. In our case, with this color of this car, I kind of dig the amber look, so we're gonna go with the amber. Now, before we put everything back together, here's just a quick glimpse at what these headlights look like. You can really tell those ice cube projectors that are patented by Alpharex really look killer when they are lit up. They are nice and bright and just have an amazing look behind the lens. And we've installed Alpharex on our Bronco as well. And again, that same look, that patented ice cube just has a very unique look and a ton of light output. With the headlights set up the way we want it, now we can install the rest of the hardware. Get them all started first and then tighten everything down. Repeat the process on the other side. Now this is obviously entirely optional, but I'm gonna grab some zip ties here and just kind of clean up this white wire, keep it attached where it belongs. Okay, now we can reinstall our front bumper cover. Now, since I can easily reach them right now, I'm just going to reach in, quickly install the marker light plug, since it's right here. Now we'll bring the bumper cover up, and just clip into place. Make sure this goes over the headlights. It won't move, don't worry about it. Push that Christmas tree clip in just to hold it. Now put all back together, we'll start here in the wheel well. Put both nuts on, and then we'll tighten them down. Now we can seat the liner back in, reinstall the clips, with the old school push pin at the bottom. These are push to release. You literally push the middle, so just push it back so it pops out, and put it back in place and slightly push down. Do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to start by reinstalling the push pins underneath here, and we'll reinstall the screws. All right, back up top, we'll start by installing the larger screws. And don't forget the two small ones. And then the final step, reinstall the radiator cover. And your installation's finished. With their gloss black housings, these Alpharex headlights look amazing, not even turned on. But turn on the DRLs, particularly in the amber, I think it gives the car an almost exotic look. And again, those patented ice cube projectors kind of have that S650 vibe, but give the front of your S550 a really custom look. I mean, these are amazingly bright. Going to make an excellent upgrade for any 18 through 23 Mustang. As far as the installation goes, you got to pull the bumper off, not the end of the world, but give yourself about 2 hours and be back on the road in no time.